And we live.
We're back. We are back. We
What's
are back.
what's
And
what's
what's
what's what's
my
going on, girl?
I think my husband is in the background, not recognizing
That
that
you
I'm.
live.
But I think my husband don't recognize that I'm on this live right now. So if I talk a little louder, I think he'll hear me and then kind of walk out the room. Okay, we're good
There we
now. Just
go.
a little housekeeping. Um, so I'm Laverne Badger,
And I'm Natalie Hayden.
and we are exposed
Expose the podcast.
podcast. And that we just kind of keep it real here. Sometimes, we still at home
Yes,
and
safe,
stuff
safe,
is
safe and
still
sound at
happening
home.
and moving around at home. But can people see how fine you look right now? First of all, I'm getting ready to hate on these orange glasses.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about it for a moment. Let's just
Mm.
talk about it for a moment. You know
Uh,
why? This is nothing of my doing. This whole get up ambiance is, I'm going to shout out a phenomenal woman here in the city of Milwaukee, Distinctive Designs. Laverne put me
yes.
on to her 2018. I'll never forget walking into the shop, going to Garfield Days, doing our thing. Expose the podcast was just getting started, and Distinctive Designs was in a shop, and the glasses and such. And glasses is Laverne's thing.
I
That's
love
her
it.
thing.
Um,
However, today I'm sort of biting.
Today she outshining me with these glasses, y'all. But I bought a pair
She sure did.
yesterday, and
Yes.
I can't wait to get them. Because Natalie did some wonderful stuff. So you were on a live with Tamira, right?
Yes, it's a wrap.
And yep,
It
it's
is
a
literally
wrap.
a
So
wrap.
you were
Yeah.
doing some. I was so proud of her. I said, "Oh, she's so cute. Look at my friend."
It was so much fun, like the way she had it set up. And really, I guess many women have been asking, how do I wear these wraps? And so, I am affluent in wearing wraps. I love wearing a wrap, when I'm not wearing my head or a baseball cap or something else or whatever, or, some hair that I call a hat. But she asked me to come and just do a nice little session about raps, and I was honored and privileged. It was so much fun, and she had it all staged, the glasses with the earrings with the rap, and I said, whoa, you just really outdid yourself.
You
Five sets yesterday that I did, five different distinctive designs,
there
and
you go.
she is bomb. You can check her out at the Bronzeville Collective, right on North and 4th and North, I want to
Yep.
say. She is so amazing. So yeah, we that's a nice little shameless plug. So this whole little look, you can get it. You can
Yeah.
duplicate it right at Distinctive Designs, right online too.
Yeah.
So
Shout
yeah,
out to
enough
her.
about
Shout
me.
out. Right. Shout out to her. So she does some amazing things. I love her, and she's great in the community as well. She's always supporting us as well. So,
Yes, she is.
um, but how was your week?
Man, it's been good, hustling and bustling. I don't know if anyone has paid attention, but I'm not trying to tell on myself, but I'm working more of one job than the others. And I'll say just
Well,
that, you
when
know.
God tells you what to do, you just kind of do it, right?
Yeah,
So
you just do that.
you just
Thanks.
do it. You just do
Yeah,
it.
so but y'all don't know. I'm getting ready because my buddy is about to be out of town for a couple weeks, and she is not going to be available to me. So I'm just, just trying to brace myself. So what am I gonna do without you?
Well, I don't think it's ever going to be without you. You went all the way to Africa, and I was still talking to you practically every day
Yeah.
for a whole month. And
Yes.
so I'm just going to Baltimore. And so I can see we still will be talking and catching up. You'll get that phone call like my husband. I told you, you the other sister wife.
I
So,
am.
but yeah, so we just are trying to be proactive while I'm gone for a couple weeks. I'll be on a FEMA assignment. So I'm going to go to Baltimore and kind of do my part in regards to helping with the vaccines for COVID. So I'm excited about that, just kind of get my mind off of something
Mhm.
different than spreadsheets and numbers of my,
Hello, somebody.
9 to 5 job. And so I'm excited about it. It's a lot going on. I don't really know what to expect, but I'm here for it.
I
So
might
yes.
just pop up on her like, oh, Negro.
I
and
told you. Get a
and just
ticket.
hop in the hotel and just be like,
Right.
what you got going on? Who you with?
I'll be like, give her a key at the door because I'm not there.
Yeah.
So, at the room because there's gonna be some long hours and so not a whole lot of time for play, but I got a dinner or two for you, girl, if you show up. So
Absolutely. Well, that's motivating because one thing that I love in the guests that we got coming on today is we love to eat. Oh my goodness.
so we have chatted enough
Yes.
because like you it's still Marches, we still in March and
Yes.
we are still honoring, praising, celebrating women. And we cannot leave this month without making sure that we grab a thriver.
Oh man, beyond a thriver, like
Beyond a thriver,
she's
we have,
dope.
yes, we have had some great women on this month, but we are saving the best for last. Well, not even the best. One of some amazing women that we have interviewed this month, but this thriver definitely sets herself apart. And we're going to end this month with the bang of celebrating some beautiful women. And
Let's bring
now
her on.
you bring her on because this is y'all go way back.
Way back, way back. So I'm gonna bring her on, guys. Let's welcome Miss Jenise Taylor.
Hey,
Welcome.
ladies. Thank you. How are you,
Yes.
ladies?
Hi.
Y'all need to see her. She's just a little doll. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
stop it, girl. That's
Yes.
you ladies.
She
I'm gonna say thank you.
she's giving me spring. She
Well,
giving me vacation.
Yes,
Houston, Texas, the palm trees and all and the weather, kind of give off that vibe.
all of
And the
that.
melon is popping. So if y'all are
Yes,
watching this
queen.
via audio, if
Yes.
y'all are watching this video audio via audio, y'all make sure y'all go and find this video because this ray of sunshine is life right now.
Aw, thank you,
So
sweetheart.
Jenise, thank you so much for taking the time to, just really be in the spotlight. We really want to highlight you today. But,
Yeah.
there's one thing that we all have in common, all three of
Mhm.
us. We have a common thread of an experience. And so, Exposed to Podcast is about life after abuse.
Yes.
Of course, the latter part that we want to really talk about is after the abuse.
After.
Um,
Mm.
I mean, I can shout. I just got chills for a moment, but I'm not.
Girl, yes.
But
When you think about it,
when you think
Right.
about
man,
all the good things the Lord
yes,
has done, I mean, like really,
man,
man.
it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing.
So before we go, so you and Natalie go way back. Y'all know
Yes,
each
we do.
other. And this is my first time meeting you. So I'm like the
Yes.
audience. I'm excited. I want to hear
Oh, I
what
know. I'm
she has to
excited
say
too.
so I can be inspired. And
Aw.
so before you got to that thriving point, do you want to share with us, like we say with everybody, what you're comfortable
Mhm.
with sharing, what
Yes.
your experience was?
Wow. Well, I'll say this, like, been in an abusive marriage, it was it kind of blindsided me. I think like I seen the signs and then I ignored them. And so as it got worse, it was like I thought it was like my fault. Like I thought it was me. I thought I was doing something to trigger these behaviors. But come to find out, like, this person had narcissist ways and abusive ways. It was abuse. That's exactly what it was. And so, I mean, when I got into a deep, depressing place in my life, that's when I realized, like, I'm really in a bad situation. I'm in a bad place. And we had 2 children together. So,
How long were you together?
we were together for
Married.
7 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, married and together 7 years.
Okay.
Now, where did you meet him? Did you guys meet at church? Did you guys meet?
We met through my cousin,
We blame
which
her. Just kidding.
oh, trust me, I'm like, you guys knew that he was crazy. No, just playing.
I'm
Y'all
setting
knew something was wrong with him.
y'all set me up.
Why y'all didn't rescue me? No, but seriously, they were like, it was my cousin and her boyfriend at the time. We were so young. We were like, I was in high school still when I met him. So we were young, going to the movies, kicking it, And he was a church dude. So that attracted me to him. Like he had good qualities, but then, there were some demons that I didn't see like right away. So that took me to a whole nother level of who is this person that I married? And I feel
So
like
how
it
long
happened.
were you dating before you all married? Was it something quick? Was it like, what was that?
We dated for 2 years until we got married.
Okay.
And see,
Yes.
in 2 years, you would think that somebody would show their colors, or there's some signs, like you said, that you missed, or
Yes. Well,
but when we
but
love somebody,
mhm.
we don't always see it, or we can justify it, right? The behavior.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And I feel like at that time, like I was so naive. I grew up in church. There's a lot of things that I was exposed to and a lot of things that I wasn't exposed to. And that was like my first real relationship, I would say.
Mhm.
So I just was vulnerable to him,
Right.
like,
Ooh, so can we
yeah.
pause there for a moment? Can you speak to the girl or
Hmm.
even the mom that has this sheltered girl? Like
Mm,
what advice would you give a mother that has a girl that has never like, or a young person that where you say you were vulnerable to certain things? What would have n- allowed you to not be as vulnerable? In that situation, what would have like you would have would there been more conversations at home about relationships? What would that have looked like for you? And what do you talk to your kids about? So it's
got
not.
you. Well, I can say that I was the oldest and my mom was super overprotective over me to a certain extent, to where it's like, I want to shelter you. I want to keep things. And hold on, let me stop. My mom is thebomb.com, and there's no parenting, no guide to parenting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So she did what she knew to do with me
Mm-hmm.
at the time. But when I look back and if I could rewind some things, I would have liked her to be all up in my business. Like, I know she saw signs. I would have like, I would have loved for her to be like, no, baby, like, I don't know about this one. Like, maybe you should reevaluate. There's some things about him I don't care for, those type of things. As far as my children are 20 and 21, and I'm all in their business. I have a boy and a girl, and I'm in it. I don't care. You don't like it, you don't like it. Like, I'm gonna tell
Right.
you what it is. That person's not good for you. I'm not feeling that. Like, there's something off about this person. Like, just watch, because you can't make somebody do something. You
Yeah.
only can give that advice. You only can tell them, what you see and what you believe in your heart, or what God is showing you. And then from there, you just got to let them make that decision. But if
Right. So
somebody would have
that's,
kept been in my ear, I probably would have
but
been a
see
little
that,
bit more open to it.
but as a parent, that's the scary part, is that
Yes.
when parents are still all up in your business, and when we fall in love, ain't
Mm.
nobody can tell us what.
Nothing.
So
You're
it
right.
just
You're
somebody,
right.
but still doing what we think would, because if your daughter and your son that you have, because I have adult children too,
Mhm.
and I, all I can do at this point is share my experiences, because the abuse happened with their dad, so they were there.
Right.
And so is share my experiences, and from me sharing and being transparent, you hope that they kind of learn and understand that some of the signs, and be prepared not to do certain things. But I think we just in general, we just give our kids what we learn, and they don't always take that advice. But when it comes to
Mhm.
love, it's even harder to
Man,
pull away from. But
that's true.
I think we, by you sharing that, is giving other moms
The
that
tool.
yeah, the tool. That's what I was looking for.
Mhm.
The tools
Hmm.
to say, I'm gonna have more conversations. I'm gonna be in your
Yes.
face whether you like it.
Mhm.
Because I think even with being in your face, what it would say to me as a child is that my mama care enough to
Yeah.
be in my face. She working my
Yes.
last nerve right now.
Oh
But
yeah.
But then, right. But then when we sit in it for a minute, we like, okay, she did that because she loved and care for us. I'm still gonna do what I
Yes.
want to do,
Right.
but she said what she said. So
Right.
I can appreciate that. And then the other thing with you being young, because I was young as well.
Girl, you still young.
What
What you talking about?
right.
what
I agree.
I
What
was
are you
a
talking about?
teenager. I was a teenager when this all happened for me and I met
Mhm.
him and stuff. And so I don't know that I would have, like what are the signs? And that's what Expose the Podcast is about, is we have to get access to these kids a lot sooner so that they are aware of certain signs and things. So what would have been the one thing that you ignored that was a sign, if you could remember?
Manipulation,
Mm.
trying to get things to go his way.
Mm.
And if I would say something to counteract that, it was kind of like I'm wrong or something's wrong with me, so I feel like man, it was just a lot. You can't wear this, you can't do this.
Dude.
Yeah, like keeping me away from my family, so to speak, or friends, or is his way or no way. Why isn't my clothes clean and folded and put away? Name
Wow.
calling. Come on, man. Like all of those are signs.
That is so interesting. Like, did somebody take them out of kindergarten and say, these are all the things that you do
Yep.
to be able to control
It's a
your partner?
blueprint.
Because
Yes.
those are the same tactics across the board. Like, everybody's story is a little
Jesus.
different, but
Yeah,
there's some things that are consistent across the board
it
as
is.
to what men have to do to get control over their partner. And
Right.
those things are spot on. I just
So
don't
how
understand.
many do we need to cut off and say 1, 2, 3? Okay, nigga, that's too much.
I'll be honest. I have like a radar on me right now, and that's probably why I'm still single. I have a radar, and if I see any sign that reminds me of that individual, it's a no for me. Like, no,
Yes.
I'm
This
sorry.
is a deal breaker.
No,
Girl,
it's a total deal breaker. I'm not playing like that. I'm not playing with that no more. The devil is a
ain't no,
lie.
oh, he's just having a bad day.
Nah,
Oh, it was the man done made him mad,
nah.
I'm telling you, I remember being there. It was pager days. It was when pagers was in,
Yeah.
and he paged me, and I ended up calling him back. I got kids at home. I'll call you back when I get a chance to call you.
Right.
What took you so long to call me? Oh, okay. You off the list because you clearly, the tone in your voice and the frustration and the annoyance in your voice, because I didn't call you in a certain time frame of what you thought I should call you.
Exactly.
Now, he could have been a perfectly nice guy, but you was X'd off because you were showing signs of impatience.
I was gonna say you're not patient.
And that I
Right.
need to just stop and drop and do what it is that you want me to do.
And it sounds like insecurity to me also. Like, you're
Yes,
insecure.
that's huge.
And that was one of the things I had dealt with. Like, why are you intimidated by me? Like,
We're a team.
Yeah, we're supposed to be a team.
Right.
At least what I thought.
Yeah. And everything I do is like, even like on my birthdays, like I couldn't even enjoy my birthday. It was like he wanted the spotlight to be on him.
Laverne,
Like, he would pick an argument, or he would find something, and like I'm telling y'all, it was like a cycle. It was a cycle. It was a cycle. It was a constant cycle.
I mean, I told Laverne, I
thought I was tripping.
No, you were not. And so if other women can hear that, I mean, like just something as small as your birthday, where the attention is on you, it was always an argument, or you were not being celebrated. It was like, it was horrible.
It was horrible. It was horrible. Oh my God.
You were just telling me that story, Natalie. And
wow, that's see?
Like, you can't even enjoy it. Like, it was multiple phone messages, text messages. I can't even be out nowhere because it's just so much. But As you transition and said, enough is enough, I'm done. Let's talk about that period where before you left and you were no longer victim, but you're in survivor, what we consider survivor mode. So survivor mode is, I'm not a victim, I'm not in that situation anymore, but I'm kind of just living right now. And so did it take you some time to get your footing? So all the things that he did, you had to undo, of how you thought about yourself, how you had to get control over your life. Like, how was that transition?
Even parenting.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the first thing when I realized I was in depression and I had low self-esteem at the time. I looked at myself in the mirror, and that's when I was like, I have to get out of this. Like, this is affecting me. And outside, oh, okay, you look good, but the inside, I was broken, I was torn, I was no good for my children. So when I began to make that transition, I realized like I was really messed up. I had daddy issues. My father wasn't in my life, and I'm like, man, is this why I accepted this person? And he almost reminded me of my father.
Yes.
And so when I began to make that transition, I was like, honestly, first of all, God is ahead of my life. So I needed him first. And then I just made a lot of transitions. I left a lot of things, people, just situations alone. And I really like got counseling, therapy. And that really like helped me, and just other situations, because it wasn't all good like right away. Like I went to other relationships, like not abusive, but it wasn't they weren't for me. Like they didn't treat me like the queen I am. You know what I'm saying? So it took me a moment to be like, oh no, bro, you ain't it. Like so but I kept finding myself like looking for love and kind of like just wanted somebody to be there, because I was so used to being a wife. I was so used to having a family, somebody, just there, like a man there. And so I had to take a break, and I really was like, look, focus on you and your babies, because my children were 6 and 7 when we got divorced. So it was like, focus on them, focus on you, and what do you want, and who do you want to be? And so I'm from Milwaukee, born and raised, and one of my goals was always to move like towards the South. Like that was something like me and my ex-husband had talked about. But honey, hey, one monkey don't stop no show. So my kids became teenagers. It was kind of like, when my daughter going to high school, we're going to transition, because that's what I wanted to do, just for them, for me, just my own personal reasons. It had nothing to do with him. But honey, when I say God has been so good to me, like I don't look like what I've been through.
She
like,
don't.
for real.
Y'all should see her.
Like,
she don't.
Man, I'm talking about leaving high school, not really going to college like I wanted to. I got pregnant with my children. I ended up going to cosmetology school. I have a associate degree in theology, and I recently I have an instructor's degree in cosmetology, and I recently got my real estate license here. So when I say I'm living my best life, I'm traveling. I have 4 beautiful grandchildren. Like God has been so gracious to us, not needing nothing from nobody, not wanting nothing. Like every need has been supplied for us.
Wow.
And I'm at the most peace that I ever been in my life.
Man.
Like ever.
And so what I heard you say was the turning point when you decided to say, let me figure out, even with the dating, let me figure out me.
Yes.
Let me figure
That's very important. If you don't know who you are, you can't be good to nobody else. You can't be who like, let's say your husband needs you to be. If you're broken, even as a man, you can't be who you need to be to your wife and your children. You can't. Like, you need to find out who you are and own it.
Right. And until we really know who we are, how can we even know what kind of man we want?
That's it.
And deserve.
Exactly.
And so
don't you think about, like, even so I was sharing with Laverne, like after I had left, you attract differently.
Yes. Oh, baby.
Baby.
Like some dudes know that you can't even look at me like
no,
they be knowing, like they be like, nah,
I can't even.
I know I can't even.
I just can't.
I don't even track the same type of men anymore. Like I don't really want to go into that. I just don't. I attract substances, and I'm enjoying my singleness. So, when I'm ready, I'll dip and dab and see what's up. But I'm still enjoying my free time. I like to. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't feel like answering nobody right now. I don't feel like reporting and being like, yes, baby, and all that right now. Because I already know when it's time, I'm going to get snatched up like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm ready.
So this is the thing.
Your energy, your I'm wifey ready now.
Yes, I'm ready. I'm ready, like for myself, but I want to still have some fun,
Right.
And I think it's healthy. It's healthy as anyone that has gone through any type of trauma to deal with that baggage. And that's what it seems like. And so I'm so happy to hear from myself, my own ears, to get up in your business and put your business out in front of the world. Like,
it's finally out there.
Good.
It's finally out there.
Finally out there.
So like you're in the Texas area, right?
Yes, Houston.
So you're an instructor, you said, out there for cosmetology?
I'm actually have my own beauty business right now, and I'm transitioning to real estate.
Let's shout that out. What's the beauty business?
Prestige Brow and Beauty Spa. I specialize in brow shaping and waxing, makeup. Woo. And I just kind of retired from the hair portion, but I do my own hair.
As you can see, she does everything.
So now you're everything into the real estate thing. Oh my God.
Yes, that's gonna be my real estate. I've been wanting to do that for a while. That was one of my other goals years and years ago. So I finally did. Like you said, thriving. Just when you go through things, you gotta sometimes you gotta leave those things behind. You gotta keep pushing and whatever God has put on your heart to do to be successful, or just to do the things that you love to do. You have to do it. You can't let things stop you, or situations or relationships. You have to keep pushing and keep moving, and that's where strength comes from.
Right. Yeah. And so and pushing through the fear. So everything all your successes didn't come with you being afraid. You still pushed through being afraid, right?
Oh my God, afraid. You talking about afraid? Like, I literally moved to Houston, Texas with my 2 teenagers by myself.
Hello, afraid.
Like, nobody to help, nobody to babysit, nobody to this, nobody that. Like, man, we did it. We did it. And I couldn't do it without their strength too,
Right. So I do have one last question before we let you go. Okay. I know that you have aspirations, and I mean you're doing them right now. Like, you always wanted to do real estate, so you're in that. How do you reach back and support other women? Like, I know that you have a daughter. What are some ways that we can inspire other women? I know that there have been women that have poured into you, and it's always in our best interest, especially as women of God, to pour into another woman.
Yes. Well, I mean, God has given me all type of venues, my business. I love to network. So when I'm out, like, God always places people in my path to just to plant that seed, like me and Allie talked about the other day. Just plant that seed and just be an inspiration and just give encouraging words. I think that's very important. Even if it's just, girl, your earrings are bombing, or your orange sweater is just beautiful. Like, just I always want to humble myself and put others up. So that's always my goal. Every day is literally when I walk out the door.
Yes. And that's one thing that I do love about you, Jenise. Even though we have not always been in constant dialogue, anytime that we have connected, it has been genuine, real.
Always.
Sisterhood is bomb.
Always.
Oh my goodness.
Always.
So I'm so
never
happy for you. Oh my goodness. Yes. So I already know, what you're doing is going to, you're blazing a trail, not for just for your daughter, but for other women that are going to hear and see you. They're going to be totally inspired by you, because I am.
Oh, I'm so blessed. Thank you
so much, girl.
Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you. And if those of you listening don't get nothing else from this video, is that you can move forward after
Yes.
abuse,
Yes.
and not just move
Absolutely.
forward, but absolutely thrive after abuse.
Yes.
Amen to
Yes.
that.
Amen.
So thank you so much, Jenise. We're gonna have you
Thank
sit
you for
tight in the
having me,
back.
ladies. Love you guys so much. You guys are
Mhm.
so amazing.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Sit tight, and we will check back with you in a moment.
Hold on,
All right.
girl.
Dude, was she everything? Like
She
I
was
said?
she was everything. I was not in doubt at all, because you definitely have um um that anointing of knowing good people and having good people around you. So but I was just so excited to hear her story. Like you truly go from, so this is, I love it when, I love it is love and hate. You hate to hear that somebody went through that starting in their teen years, but I
Mm,
love it because she was able to make it out. And it also continues to let us know that we're going down the right path in regards to how we need to intercept this bullshit. So we
right.
need to get them in middle school, high school, to kind of start
Early.
early educating them when they can get that education at home. But then we also trying to get that education in
At
school. We
school.
trying to figure out in the recreation centers how they can get that wherever they at. We know that now this continues to confirm
Yeah.
that our approach is where it needs to be.
Yes.
Because, and so I'm just so glad that she was able to come on and share her story. I love hearing stories like this. I
Me
absolutely
too.
love it. I do.
Awesome lived experience. Guys, if you're in the Texas, Houston area, Jenise might just sell you your house. Just saying.
Just
She
saying.
might just be doing your have a whole
Your
team doing
brows.
your brow and your wax and a whole glam situation. So I want to say thank you to Jenise,
Thank
and
you, Denise.
we're gonna wrap it on up. Thank you so much. I'm Natalie Hayden,
And I'm Laverne Badger.
and we are signing off. Exposed the podcast.
Hey.
See you guys next week. Peace out.